Hello, my little November Timothy's, and welcome back to some Nostalgia November, where we're in the Great War Redux. If you're not familiar, this is the continuation of the World War I mod for Hearts of Iron 4, a mod that is the most nostalgic out of the majority of Hearts of Iron 4 mods because it has been here since the beginning, and it also looks exactly the same as it did in the beginning. I mean, shucks, it's a World War I mod, alright? There's not too much you can change or add before things just become a little bit silly. But silly is my middle name, and we're going to be doing silly things today as the United Kingdom. Now, last Nostalgia November, I believe I played the Russians, and I was kind of tempted to play the Russians again today and just fall to the Germans and get the Civil War and have a bit of fun with that, which I might still do in a separate video, honestly. But at the same time, I feel like it's time we give it a great British try. See, as the United Kingdom, we have this absolutely ginormous empire and nothing to do with it. And in the Great War Redux, you actually have a few more options for what you can do as the UK. Our historical route is over here in the middle, but we do have the opportunity over here to do Pax Britannica. And because we're always playing Great War Redux, we might as well switch it up a bit today. And we start off with our boy, dearest Herbert Henry Asquith. Yes, that's right. That is actually a name. Now, in our timeline, Britain decided this whole Pax Britannica thing wasn't going to work out when Germany decided to build a giant fleet and question the ability of our own. This led to the unthinkable things that Britain had to do, like allying with the French. But not today, because good old Asquith has decided... Herbert Henry Asquith has decided that the Empire shall rule for another 1,000 years. And the only way we can really accomplish that is if we throw Belgium under the bus. Okay, well, this is new. We actually have the little thing. Oh, God, we've got Vicky 3 now in Hoi 4. The Agadir crisis is currently going on. I'm not involved. It's just the Germans and the French. I don't think I even can get involved by the looks of things. But, yeah, we'll see what happens with those two, I guess. Okay, so the Germans back down, but I did get this option to get involved. I'm going to stay with neutrality for now. Obviously, we don't care about Europe. That thing stinks. See, you can't even leave your little picture hanging around without some Frenchman stealing it. Feminist hatchet attack. Earlier today, suffragette radical Mary Lee held a hatchet directly at the Prime Minister with the intention of creating agitation and arrest. Oh my God, it hit its target. Oh, that's put Mr. Lloyd George in charge. I'm not too sure what that really changes for us. The Prime Minister just got hit in the head with an axe. Oh, I feel like this is leading somewhere. Where are we going with this, Mr. Lloyd George? I don't like the fact... What's growing here? Speaking of throwing sharp objects at each other, the Balkans is once again on fire. Oh, following the insistence of neutrality of our government, Sir Edward Grey has resigned in protest. He refused to work with a government that will not support its greatest allies. The collapse of the Liberal government. Uh-oh. Yeah, I'm not too sure where we're going with this one. But I don't think it's a great place. We have a couple options. We can go over here where we essentially get rid of our current king and get ourselves a Lord Protector under Kitchener, which sounds horrendous. Or we can do all the king's men and get ourselves a new legitimate heir down here, which again doesn't sound that great, but I think I'm going to stick with just going monarchist over here. Oh, the king has taken full control of the government, and there he be. And there he be too. Okay, the king has decided that being a king is just not enough. How about an emperor? Oh, and just in time for all of Europe to set on fire. And there goes the entire neighborhood. The question is France and Russia going to be able to hold off these guys all on their lonesome, or will they need me to intervene somehow? Or will the Germans and the Austrians not be able to hold out, and then I'll have to intervene somehow? You know what, just for good measure, I might have to intervene in Italy. You never know what they're going to get up to. More importantly for me, though, the Empire has been annexed back on home. I mean, we're all power sharing in this. Everyone's equal. Apparently that's upset the Americans quite a bit, but honestly, mind your damn business, Woodrow. Okay, while everyone else is busy with, you know, all the stuff they're doing over in Europe, apparently we're just gonna go slap Portugal and take their colonies off them. And wasn't expecting to deal with Quebec, but I gonna have to run over there. I'm quite having to expect to deal with this one. Right, so whilst they're still busy in Europe, I guess we'll continue our Pax Britannica by invading China. China. Sorry, fellas, but the opium must flow. Okay, I was going to take them one at a time, but Yunnan is now in the Beiyang government, and they've got a big old faction. They haven't called anyone else in, which is kind of weird, so I have got a little landing, and we'll try and take them down, I guess. I wasn't quite expecting to collapse China just all in one fell swoop like that, but here we are. Well, where do we even begin with this mess? There you go, just went ahead, puppeted them, took all their resources, demilitarized them, and took a few more treaty ports, if you could call them that. And now I think we should probably move back to Europe, because this ain't looking too good. We could go ahead and join the German faction right now, but I'm not entirely sure that's what I want to do for the simple fact they're winning pretty damn hard. Well, I guess not pretty damn hard. I mean, they knocked the Russians out, which means they're probably going to be able to knock the French out next. Mostly because I've got my eyes on the Ottomans over here, and I'd like to snag a little bit more land. Oh, Austria-Hungary is, no longer Austria nor Hungary. Maybe I shouldn't declare on the Ottomans then. I still want their land though. That is going to be a problem for me. Heck, I already got the goddamn war goal at this point. Might as well use it. Shucks, okay, well here comes the U-boats. They're pretty much everywhere. Oh, and I called the German Navy immediately. That is a pretty good sign. Oh, I don't think we have to worry too much about the German fleet, if there's any of it even left. Oh my god, it's not even that I'm scared of. It's all of these things I can't even deal with. Ooh, so as I was just putting down the Irish Rebellion, another peace conference just fell because the Germans got to Paris. Oh, that means Britain stands alone. It took me a long time to get the situation with the submarines under wraps, but we've done it. It's taken a while. It's 1922 now. France is looking good, and we've finally been able to get a push going against the Ottomans. Also, I lowered the autonomy in China, and they are now Sir Hart's land. I don't know who Mr. Hart is, but he sure's got a lot of land. We have to do a full capitulation of the Turks. Unfortunately, the event didn't fire for, well, obvious reasons. We're not doing things historically, but now we can push on finally. Oh, we also got Bulgaria out. Now, I don't know how exactly we're going to deal with the Germans here, but we're going to have to figure something out. Okay, so how do we get our little army from here to here? First part is I have 7 units to launch a naval invasion with. We don't get any more tech for this as far as I can see, so it's going to be a bit tight. Real positive here is that my units are absolutely cracked after conquering the Ottomans. We grinded them down pretty well, and that is mostly down to the fact I have a medium tank in here, which is giving it a ton of armor. It means I can't pierce it. I realize apparently there's some of the German fleet still standing. I mean, oh, well, not a lot of battleships left, but they got plenty of destroyers hanging around apparently. Okay, I'm researching Marines currently. We're going to try without Marines and see. It's not going to go well. I do have Cass over, so we might be able to tick it off. As long as we can get a hold, that's all I'm asking. Yeah, that wasn't too bad. God damn. Oh, all right. Okay, so now we need to just rush into Belgium and bunker down. Okay, now that is nice. We can work from this. Man, I didn't realize that Japan's currently fighting the Soviets as well. And wait, you're a bit early. I feel like we should probably get involved with that as well at some point. And make sure that nothing too funny goes on with this newfangled little thing you've got going, Mr. What was it again? Stalin. I realize, well, because of the Russian Civil War and stuff, they've just left control of the Chinese Eastern Railway just up to this guy now. He's just kind of runs the railway. It's gonna be a bad time for a tactical diversion into the Netherlands or going around Germany right now, but unfortunately I can't just find them because we're not at 50 world tension. It's gone down that much, apparently. Yeah, even though so many people are currently fighting each other. Like, you know, the world's not on fire. Merely, I went for a push, and I have got almost 80 to 90 divisions of Germans currently caught retreating. Boy, am I about to get that encircled. Holy moly. There you go. Yeah, they don't have a lot of units. That is an entire army. Sorry, Hans, but the sauerkraut has got to go. 2.6 million Germans later. That's pretty nice. I'd like to keep going. I need to actually stop to build airports because there are none on the map, and I am pushing with a lot of gas currently. What exactly I'm going to do with the Germans after this, I am not entirely sure, but we're going to figure it out. There is most certainly Nothing they can do. Alright, oh god, this is a lot of crap. I decided that we're going to be a little bit stricter than Versailles was. Okay, now the Empire has expanded quite a bit. Quite a bit. In fact, a lot of the territories we're currently holding on to, I'm not too sure we're going to be able to keep. But that doesn't mean we're done, for there is one more jewel to add to our crown. At this point, I feel like we're going to need a bigger crown. All these jewels are kind of weighing my head down. You see, America's just been over here chilling the entire time. They haven't had a chance to get in on all the fun. So I'm going to go ahead and bring the party to them by tearing up a piece of paper. Oh, boys. Fancy a round two. Realize all this French thing's been going on this whole time, and they're finally making a pushback on the communists. So the French Republic is kind of back, although the commune had them all the way in the south too, and then somehow they lost. So you never know. Uno reverse round two. I mean, I'd love to be able to get involved, but of course we're now down to 21% world tension, so I can't. Instead I gotta go interrupt Woodrow Wilson. I'm sure he was having a fun movie night at the White House currently. Bad news is it's gonna be his last. Yeah, this game gets pretty broken as soon as you get some armor in your divisions, and oh my god, this is on the offensive, by the way. There's just nothing they can do. I don't think the AI is programmed to really deal with armor, at least armor that high. So yeah, I mean, I'm only at the 46 armor in a unit right now, and that is enough to do this to the US. Won't be too mean to the US here. I'll let you guys keep Ohio. Well, the rest of you, though, is coming with me. There you go. Britain reclaims the colonies. Once again, we've set the building on fire. And now we got the Imperial North American territories under Leonard Wood. Funny thing is, that actually just knocked the world tension down from like 20-something to 16. Apparently, I have done good in the world. Of a shame. I would have liked to go clean up a bit of the mess I left in China there. Didn't really get all of the stuff I should have. It also would have been nice to go help Japan against Russia, but that is literally now impossible. Well, unless I cheat, but then there's no point really. I think we've already seen what my units are capable of. That is certainly more than enough for us today in the Great War Redux mod. That was us going down the Imperial path and getting George the Fifth in control. Yeah, there's nothing too crazy to really show off in Great Wall Redux, sadly, but this is something different, and I've not done this path before, so I hope you enjoyed it and hoped the empire I have created that is just... Who is Sir Hart? Oh, hopefully it gives you a tickle. I mean, I'm not too sure what's going on in Eastern Europe over here. I was going to go in on the Soviets, but obviously now that's just impossible. But hey, at least you can go to bed happy tonight knowing that France is still fighting themselves.